Frank Bailey. Let's go. Yeah, make it look easy. Hey, stand up guy, boom, 10 toes. Big body pull up in a Range Rover. I can change the whole game when I say so. I pull up, shut it down, yeah, they know. Running this game ain't a thing for me. I never switched up, no change in me. The only thing changing this season, you go against me, then you know that you tweaking, okay? Cause baby, I'm him, I be on 10. Two-stepping in the party, I do not dance. Watch how I move, make it look easy. Counting up wins, that's part of the plan. Blackmail taking up my haters a CC. That can't fail, all my victories on repeat. I'm knee deep, need a dub, best that you seek me. I'm too sick, yeah, I know I make it look easy. Yeah, tell them don't try to play me. Yeah, I'm drippy on the daily. They can never count me out, I know. They can never count me out, I know. I make it look easy, make it look easy. I know make it look easy, make it look easy. I know I make it look easy, too smooth, I make it look easy. I know we make it look easy, make it look. I know love, shoot my shot, better play up. Make it look easy, that's a layup. Bad man, why they wanna be like nigga sad man? Too wavy, swallow your pride. All of my guys, call them they slide, they will oblige. Called them, I told them you playing with me, now look all of them starting to riot. Whoa, When I'm in your city, it's magic. When I'm all in my bag, it gets tragic. When I see what I want, gotta have it. I can't let up, they made me a savage. I can't slow down my foot on the gas, yeah. Going way up from where I was last year. I'ma make it look easy, that's it. I know God got me, ain't got my back. These blessings falling in my lap.
Okay. This so far. Okay. This right here. This so far. Ain't no lie. This so far. This right here. This so far. Ain't no lie. Far. Okay, yeah. This so far. Ain't got time for the smoke.
What up, everybody? How are you doing? Unfortunately, it's coming up a little loss today for the New York Yankees. Of course, it comes under
my umbrella.
Gross.
Hey.
Disgusting. Despicable. Sickening.
Yeah, tough one today for the Yankees, as of course we all know they were going for the sweep of the Houston Astros. The Yankees do indeed win the series against the Astros, but come on, guys, we all wanted the damn sweep, and we came so damn close. Yankees lose 4-3. I'll be honest, man, when Judge hit that absolute tank, I was saying in my head, I'm like, oh man, they're gonna come back. They're
We're gonna win this
game.
Yep.
It
It felt that way. He smoked that ball. Holy shit.
That ball was
but
absolutely
you don't see
creamed.
baseballs go to that kind of drinking deck right there. That is a long way.
Two balls today were hit. The Judge home run and Singleton's home run was an
holy
absolute
shit.
bomb. I mean, that ball was an absolute shot. And of course, he hit that off of Marcus Stroman. So let's talk about Stroman a little bit in this game. 5 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. So of course, 5 2/3 innings allows 11 base runners. Got a couple of big plays. You know, the first inning, he gives up 3 runs, the 2 home runs to Alvarez and then to Singleton. Then he goes 3 shutout, gives up 1 in the 5th, comes back out for the 6th, and doesn't get to the last batter after I think he walked somebody, and then the number 9 hitter came up and Boone pulled him. But not a great outing for Stroman. He does get the loss. He goes to 2-2. ERA sits at 3.80. What's your thoughts on Stroman's outing today?
I mean, it's for a guy like him that really relies on spin and hitting his spots and keeping the ball down. He got burned today. I mean, he went 5 2/3. He gave up 9 hits. So it's gonna be a real tough one when he's out there not hitting his spots. And he was just missing when he started the game.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell he was just off. Breaking balls are spinning just off the plate. Some guys weren't chasing them. Sinker wasn't sinking like it usually does. So the stuff wasn't what we've seen this far from Stroman, which was unfortunate. And it showed up in the box score, and it showed up during the game. It's going to be real tough for him to have success when he's not hitting those corners and changing speeds and really spinning the ball and fooling guys and getting guys out front, ground balls, all that kind of stuff. So these starts are going to happen with Stroman. It's tough to watch sometimes, but he give up 3 runs early, give up the fourth there late. But at the end of the day, we've been talking about it a lot this season. The starting pitcher is at least giving the team a shot to win a game.
Correct. Correct.
Only lost by 1. Had Volpe there late with an opportunity to maybe tie it or hit a go-ahead homer. So as tough as it was to watch him give up 9 hits and those 4 runs, he did keep it close enough to still give us a shot. So at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for. It was a professional way of taking it in the chin and trying to keep your boys in the game. So got to give him some kudos there. But definitely tough when he gives almost 10 hits.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, before the game began, I was talking to the chat on GameSZN, and I said, I usually don't like saying this, but I don't feel good about Stroman's start. I said, with the cutter, he's been very wild recently. He hasn't been hitting his spots, like we said. And I said, if the cutter and that slider is staying up and out over the plate, I said, look out for the lefty batters. And Alvarez and Singleton both go deep in the first.
Yep.
And I'll be
Great
honest.
Call.
While it's happening, I'm sitting there going, damn, how are you going to piece? I mean, we're going to probably get, 2 or 3 innings maybe from Luke Weaver in this game. And he made it through. So when I looked up again and I'm seeing he's entering the 6th, I'm like, you know what? No matter how bad he was, he's giving the Yankees a chance to win. And the Yankees bullpen, again, I know there was a lot of hate on the Yankees. And I want to point this out because I was never upset about this deal. And I told people, you guys got to be crazy to be upset about the Weaver deal. Luke Weaver signed for $2 million. Now, when they signed him, the idea was he'd probably fight for a bench spot or be a long relief guy. He's one of the most important guys in the Yankees bullpen right now.
Yeah.
1 1/3 innings today, 2 strikeouts. You brought this up a lot. You're a big velo guy. This guy's throwing 97 miles an hour out the bullpen.
Yeah.
He struck out Alvarez. I mean, he looked excellent today. Santana looked good, and got to give a little bit of love to Ron Marinaccio, who was really down and out. He was in the dumps. He was looking like somebody that was about to be DFA'd at some point.
He really did.
1.42 ERA since he's been called up. He's been really good, and now you can see, I saw some people in the chat going, oh, man, how did they go to Marinaccio here? And I'm sitting back going, I mean, to be fair, you got to start trying different guys that are doing well, and he's kind of earned it. And today was a big test, and he passed it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, it seemed like Marinaccio was going to be a guy that was just going to sit in the minors and maybe sniff a roster spot and be like a kind of garbage time guy.
Yep.
But man, I mean, he's gone to 12 and 2/3 innings. He's got a whip under 0.8. He's had 9 opportunities, 9 games that he's pitched in. So you can't deny those numbers as much as we kind of feel like the narrative from him is kind of carried over from him when he was struggling. He's been a different guy so far, and you got to keep going to him there if you're gonna ride that hot hand in the bullpen like they've been all season. But Luke Weaver looks fantastic. He's a guy that's been kind of wild in the past. The stuff was really good. He can throw mid-90s with a good 2-seamer. His changeup is his best pitch.
Yep.
The Yankees cut down his stride. That front leg is just, he's kind of doing like a no stride kind of stretch position kind of deal instead of giving that big leg kick. And it seems to have gotten him on track in terms of getting his pitches in the strike zone where he wants them to be. And he's been incredibly effective this year. When you got a guy who can go multiple innings, when you got a guy who you can throw it in a setup role or a middle relief role or a long relief role, he's thrown 23 innings so far this year, and he's got a whip 0.69, a strikeout per inning. He looks fantastic. So another great find from the front office. Got to tip your cap to what they do with these bullpen pieces. It's really impressive. Stroman battled his ass off. He got into the 6th, almost got through 6, gave up 4, and the bullpen held it down and gave us a shot. So tough way to end it with a really close one, but some bright spots to definitely take away from this one.
Definitely, and it all came down to the Yankees offense, and that leads us right into the first super chat of the day from Bernard.
Thank you for being
Bernard,
a friend.
that man.
He said, please tell me how Volpe had a great sense of the strike zone in the first few weeks of the season and then went all to shit. That's not mechanical. What happened? Disappointing. Probably say, I think a part of it, honestly, was putting additional pressure on him and putting him into the leadoff spot. I think that always kind of changed because, the game, it's a little different. It's a little different at that point. You're not a leadoff hitter from being the number 9 guy. you know, which some people see it as the game goes. It's kind of like the second leadoff hitter, but it was a better spot for Volpe. That's why I was so adamant in leave him where he is and just let him have his season at the bottom of the order. Don't worry about it. We were all kind of saying it, though. Mario was saying it. I was saying it. Give him, give him 60, 70 games down there. And then if you got to make an adjustment, consider doing that. But it just made all the sense in the world to me to leave him down there for a little bit and go from there. But he did have the big blow of the game, I guess you could call it, a solo home run to right field that just got over the wall. And hey, it doesn't matter. I know there's probably those dumbass tweets out there. It's only a homer at Yankee Stadium. Well, that's the only place they played, so who gives a shit? It's a home run.
I think they also said, it was a homer in like San Diego, San Francisco, and here. So it wasn't just a Yankee porch job. I mean, that was a legitimate homer. But I mean, in his last 7 games, he's only hitting 230 batting average wise, but his OPS is around 850. So he's doing damage and he's getting on base. The knocks aren't there completely, but when he is getting them, he's doing damage and he's getting on base. So if you're not going to hit a ton, at least, kind of find a way to do other things. And he's popped a couple homers. He's getting on base at almost a 355 clip. So if he can get back to what he was doing earlier this season and be that kind of lightning bolt at the top of the order before Soto and Judge get to the plate, that would be enormous. But like Bernard said, his whole approach has to change when he's a leadoff hitter. He's got to see pitches. He's got to kind of feel out the strike zone, feel out what the guy's got that day, see the ball, get on base somehow. So I think when he was lower in the order, he can kind of swing more freely and kind of just see ball, hit ball. So his responsibility kind of changed as a leadoff guy, but it looks like he's kind of sort of getting back to what he was doing earlier in the season. If he can, and with that flattened swing that we've been seeing, I think he could have a lot of success, but it's going to take a little bit.
No doubt about it. David with the super chat. We appreciate you, my guy. And Volpe on the day goes 2 for 5. We do have an update. Player of the game is Juan Soto talking shit. That is the player of the game. I don't know if everybody saw that, but he did the shuffle. He started talking shit to the pitcher, like looking at him. He was like, no, it wasn't a strike. You didn't catch me. And then when he walked, he was talking shit to Diaz, as Diaz was just, I'm going to look forward and look at my catcher. I ain't even messing with this dude. Soto has provided a much-needed swagger to this team. And look, if I could leave you guys with any good news after losing to Houston, we did win the series. We understand that. Yankees are 25-14. Those are all pluses and all great things. But there's one more great thing. And that is that we are finally getting both of these guys hitting well at the same time. And here's Aaron Judge's bomb today, guys. I mean, off the bat, you guys have heard it was one of my favorite calls this year because you didn't have to wait for it. You knew it was a home run. It was gone immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Just how far is that shit going to go? And it went 470 plus feet from Aaron Judge, an absolute mammoth home run to left field. And the guy's hitting like 380 over his last, 15 or something like that, or 14 or 12. He's tearing the cover off of the ball.
Yeah, his OPS is all the way up to 855 on the season after it was fives. His last 7 games, get this, not his OPS total, his slugging percentage alone is 958. Holy shit.
Yeah,
that would be a good
wild.
OPS.
That's that's like every single ball you're hitting is extra base hits.
Yeah, he's like at a 1,400 OPS in the last 7 games. So it is safe to say Aaron Judge is all the way back.
Yeah,
real quick, doubt. Bernard saying that Volpe was swinging at balls out of the strike zone in that situation. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, Hader's probably a guy that he hasn't seen a ton. The arm angle's kind of funky. The stuff is really good. Not making a ton of excuses for him there, but he probably was looking for a pitch in a certain zone, committed too early, swung at some bad stuff. So that's a tough AB for a young guy who's never seen a guy like Hader throw a 98 from the arm angle, especially late in the game when he's going to come right after you. But that he's kind of lost that approach that he was doing early in the season where he was spitting on balls out of the strike zone, really understood where he wanted to be in the strike zone. But that responsibility as a leadoff hitter might have changed his perspective a little bit, and we got to get him back to where he was. So hopefully we can do that. But Judge looks fantastic. Juan Soto is Juan Soto. That's all you can really say. There's just running out of adjectives and ways to describe what he's doing right now. But he is absolutely phenomenal. And this team's gonna go as far as those two go offensively this season.
No doubt about it. And you got to remember too, and that might have been the first time that Volpe has faced Hader. I'm not obviously certain on that.
Yeah, he couldn't have faced him a bunch.
there was a couple of times that I even saw in the chat that he swung at sliders low. You guys also got to remember when that pitch is coming out of the hand, it's looking could look like a fastball.
Yeah,
right
it looks
down
like
the
a
middle.
heater. It's tough.
And I mean, towards the end, you make that adjustment to go low and foul the ball off. And that's why sliders are so filthy and deadly, because out the hand, a good slider. That's why Rodon has had a big difference recently, because and that's kind of why you see them going to that pitch so much. It's bit him in the ass a couple of times, but when it's right and it's there, it's a very tough pitch to lay off of if you're a right-hander. And that a couple of those pitches are almost getting Volpe on the back foot. That's how much movement it has on it. Mind you, what Hader's ERA is, I understand it's over 6, but this is not a guy that you just come in and say, well, we're going to smack this guy around. Yeah. Kind of has elite stuff, no matter what you think about him. I just
found it. So Volpe's faced him 3 times, and he struck out 3 times against him. So it's a
there you go.
Tough matchup for him. Young hitter, really weird angle. Guys flinging arms and legs all over the place. Slider looks like a heater. So, I mean, that's tough. I mean, you don't see a lot of Josh Haders in the minor league. So when you face big league pitching is going to be a little bit of adjustment period, especially when you don't see him a ton. But
I was about to say, I know that's right. There's no way you're seeing guys like that in the minors often.
No,
so
they don't.
Happens.
Josh Haders don't grow on trees, even though as bad as he's been this season.
Yep. Before we get into voicemails, guys, we're about to get into voicemails right now, but we do got our champ in the chat, and the winner today goes to the one, the only, Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Oh, my guy, Ronnie. Let me tell you, him and DJ Steele's got a beef going for a while, and Ronnie got the top of it again today, man. I gotta be honest. So Ronnie gets the W today. He was actually flying in a plane. He was traveling back to California, and the guy is in game season having a good time, but goes ahead and gets the W today. Let's get into the first voicemail of the day. And guys, everybody remember, right after this show ends, NYYST is going to be live Monday nights at the round table. Do not miss it. I cannot wait for this show. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to talk about the first, 40 plus games for the season for the Yankees.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for all that, but let's get to your voicemails.
Hi, Pete. This is Jean. We just finished the end of the 7th. Yeah. And, Volpe just struck out.
Again.
I don't know. I'm trying to stay positive, but this game just hasn't had the same feeling as the last 2. It feels like it's not having the same momentum, the same mojo. But, definitely still hoping. Definitely still hope is still alive. Anyway, I hope we can still pull it off and win. And I hope you have a good evening. I know you have a busy one ahead. And I will check you out in the post game. And you have a nice evening. Bye.
Thank you, Gene. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yankees almost had a chance of coming back, but they don't.
Very close.
It is what it is, man. We got the series. What are we? 6-1 against Houston this year.
Yeah. Altogether, I think we've won 9 out of the last 10. So I mean,
can't get much better than that.
That's taking care of business there against those boys.
No doubt about it. Let's keep the voicemails going.
Hey, Pete. This is John Cooper coming at you from a disgusting Maine. How you doing?
What up, my guy?
How you doing?
Yeah, I saw something earlier today about Dominguez getting ready for a rehab in a couple of weeks, and I knew there was some talk on a couple of your shows about where to put him when he does come back. Doogie's doing great, and he's happy there. I mean, that's great. I say, why don't we just pull a Chuck Knobloch on him? Train him for second base. Trade Gleyber for a couple of top-notch pitching prospects that Blake can turn in some power starters down the road. Everybody's happy, and it's a win-win. Have a good one. Thanks.
Wait, are you saying put Verdugo at second base?
I'm not sure what he meant.
Yeah, I don't know what you meant there, because you did say pull a Chuck Knobloch and take him out and trade Gleyber and then put one of them at second base. No, you don't want to put Verdugo. If that's the case, I might have not understood you there, John, but yeah, if that's the case, man, you do not want to put Alex Verdugo or Jason Dominguez at second base. That's certainly not the way to get all these guys in there.
Dominguez. I mean, and Verdugo's a lefty, isn't he?
Yeah, Bernard says that Verdugo played some second for Boston. He's pretty sure he did.
As a lefty?
I don't necessarily remember that if he has at all.
It's like a left-handed catcher.
But my thing is, I'll just say this real quickly before anybody goes crazy. Oh, Dominguez at second base. No, you definitely don't want to do that. Too good of a corner outfield. Could play center field for a while, but he's going to be a very good corner outfielder with his speed. But I'll just add one thing to that real quick when it comes to everybody discussing Jason Dominguez and how quickly he's going to get called up. People have to remember that he has to produce in the minor leagues. The Yankees are not just going to simply say, you're back to playing, we're going to get you back up here. I think Jason Dominguez is going to have to produce in the minors first. I don't necessarily know if it means whatever amount of games, how many at-bats they may want him to get, but Jason Dominguez is going to have to prove himself in the minors to get called up because, I don't think the Yankees are going to be too quick to say bye to Stanton or see you Verdugo. Obviously, I think the most logical thing is you say bye to Trent Grisham and you figure out ways to get all these guys in the lineup day after day and go for it that way. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Dominguez definitely not going to second base.
And he's a guy that you want to make sure he's fully healthy. You don't want to rush him. A lot of people on Twitter, everyone's getting excited about Dominguez being 2 weeks away from playing rehab games and stuff, and they're mistaking us being excited about that for wanting to rush him and get him on the team already, and there's a difference. You got to make sure he's healthy. You got to make sure he's getting every single at bat he can possibly get against live pitching to get back in the groove. I'm sure his arm feels a little bit different after the surgery, so there's going to be a little bit of a recovery period there in terms of him playing every day and how it's recuperating. So it's going to be a little bit of a process. If he was back on the team by late July, I'd be doing jumping jacks in the middle of the street.
Agreed.
But I mean, it's like some other people have said, though, the offense is going good right now and there's not an immediate fit. But obviously a talent like his, if he is crushing everything he sees in the minors, you gotta find a way to fit that dynamic talent in your roster somewhere. Even if he's playing sparingly in terms of maybe a day in left field, a day at DH, Stanton against lefties. Maybe he hits for Verdugo if the Yankees face a lefty, since Dominguez can hit right-handed. So I think the Yankees can get creative in finding ways to fit him in there, just like they do with DJ LeMahieu or Oswaldo Cabrera. So there is a way to fit him in there, but you got to make sure he's fully healthy first, and you got to make sure he's hitting the ball and getting all his reps that he needs in the minors. So it's going to be a little bit of a process.
Agreed. And I don't think the Yankees are going to want him back up here as a DH also. I think they're going to wait till that arm is fully healthy and he's throwing and there's no issues whatsoever. So when people say they're happy to be back in, 2 weeks in the minors, he could be back in 2 months at the majors. Yeah. So, it's going to take its time. And look, at the end of the day, the Yankees can afford it to take a little bit of time. So
let him get healthy. This is a young kid. You don't want to stunt his growth somehow or get him hurt again and need to get surgery again. He's in his early 20s. He's going to heal quickly because he's young, but still, don't rush him. Let him get as ready as he can possibly be, get as many at-bats as possible, and then if there's a fit, if he's hitting the ball down there, bring him up and see what happens, because that's a guy you want to have on your team. But there's no rush right now.
I'll say this. I was saying this earlier also, is for me with Jason Dominguez, let him force the issue. That's the best case scenario. The best case scenario is he is in the minor leagues and he's tearing the cover off of the ball, and you're like, all right, the Yankees got to figure out a way to get this kid up here. You can't hold him down. It doesn't make sense. Right. That's the conversation you want to have, because that's the best case scenario if that happens with him. And that's the best way.
And we want to knock on wood. We don't want to put this out in the atmosphere, but this is a Yankee team that does have a history of injuries. So if there is a hole that opens up, if Stanton pulls a hammy or if something happens with somebody else and Dominguez can slide in, that would be ideal to get Dominguez a slot and get him in the lineup every day. But if everyone's healthy and everyone's hitting, if Stanton's still hitting bombs, if Verdugo's still hitting well, if Judge's still doing all this stuff and there's really no spot for him, have him get plenty of ABs down there, get fully healthy, and don't rush it. So
agreed.
We'll see. A lot of things could change between now and midsummer. So
that's right. All right, let's keep the voicemails going, guys.
Hi, Pete. Hi, Johnny. Hope you guys are doing well.
How's it going?
You did a great job today, Pete.
Thank you.
My stomach was turning. I thought that they would come back and win, but they didn't, and it was horrible. I mean, just horrible. I wish they would have won and swept them, but we didn't. Let's hope the next few games will be better. Have a nice day, guys. Bye.
Thank you, Felice. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You know, they should have pitched one for Gleyber because he's so ass.
I knew it was coming.
Volpe knew it. That left
I recognized the
he's
voice.
looking at first or second base, and all he did was see Gleyber out there, and he's just thinking, what straight the guy is. That's why he didn't get the game-winning hit. You have a guy that's just ass that's on base. Why do you want to drive him in? Dude is fucking
He did get that
straight
knock in the ninth,
ass
though. He did get that knock.
with a capital A. You know, we just got to, like, bench him, put Birdie in there or something like that. Because Birdie's not ass. Gleyber's ass. And I'll end it like this. Gleyber is straight ass.
Well, there you go. I mean,
He is on brand.
100% he is on brand. He's the Gleyber's ass guy, and, that's what he believes. And look, Gleyber has been playing like ass, let's be honest. He did get a base hit off Hader in the ninth to do a little something. I predicted he was going to have a very good game. Doesn't do it. Goes 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout, hitting .215. But get this, a .565 OPS. I mean, that's is
brutal,
wild-ass
man.
numbers. It is brutal. Brutal as brutal gets. For Gleyber Torres right now. And we were talking about this in the chat. If he continues this bad year and the Yankees hold on to him, do you offer him a qualifying offer? Would you even risk it? Because he might take it for a 1-year deal to have a bounce back.
I think they would, honestly.
I think they would offer it also, with the hope that he just declines it and, hope that a team gives him a multi-year deal. But,
Right.
God, if he really has a down season, that's a tough one for the Yankees to say. But I think what they're hoping is that obviously he's better than this, and he comes around and everything is fine. But
let's see where he's at about mid-July around the All-Star break.
I was going to say, yep. Then you got a serious conversation.
You got May, June, and half of July for him to try to figure this out. I mean, Aaron Judge is a totally different player, so I'm not saying they're each other, but Judge rose his OPS like 120 points the last few days. So, I mean, it only takes a week of good hitting to get your numbers back to where they usually are. So
that's why I told everybody.
Praying to God
Judge,
he gets there.
Yep, 1 week you could look up and go, okay, he's Aaron Judge again, and that's exactly what's happening now. Is he looks like Aaron Judge again. Right. Let's get to the last voicemail of the day, guys. Then we're gonna wrap up because we got NYYST coming on in about 10 minutes. Let's get to the next one.
So I can't say the game was bad.
Okay.
But I can't say that it was good either.
Agreed. That's a pretty easy one. Easy assessment.
I mean, 98 is hard to catch up to upstairs.
All right.
So, I mean, 2 out of 3 isn't bad. I understand that most people would want the sweep. I wanted to, but we pretty much won the series. So
we did win the series. Not pretty much. We won it.
I can't be too mad. All right, guys. See you in a little bit.
Appreciate you, Matt. Thank you so much. And Matt, get a little bit of rest, man. You seem exhausted. You sound exhausted right there, man. I feel like
roller coaster
Matt,
of a game.
I feel like my guy Matt made like 3 points and it took him a minute and a half to get 3 sentences out. Man. Alex in the chest, like he sounded like he just woke up. Matt, take it or go back to sleep, whatever it might be, but get a little bit of rest there, my guy, or something. But guys, we're gonna wrap it right there because we got NYYST coming up right after this. Literally, you guys can stick back, relax, and wait. And NYYST is gonna be wrapping up this entire series against the Houston Astros, and also looking ahead with Tampa Bay coming up. Going to be very, very interesting. Yankees lose today, 4-3, right there in this game. 25-14 now in the season. Stroman again with the loss, 2-2, 3.80 ERA. But look, a lot of positives still. A lot of positives still right now for the New York Yankees.
100%. Just had a winning streak snap, so let's start another one tomorrow.
Yep, that's the way it goes, man. Just get right back at it mañana, and all will be looking up. All right, guys, until tomorrow, we'll see you for postgame then. Game Season Live tomorrow. Of course, you already know. NYYST coming up next. Peace, guys. We out of here.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah. Hey, look, top floor, lifestyle, chef and boy, I'm cooking up. Way too high, ain't coming down, you see me if you looking up. I don't really talk too much, I show I'm running numbers up. Lucky that I'm showing up, I'm going off, they know what's up. Wrist too silly, yeah, numbers crack the billy. Yeah, don't need no dilly, I'm too fresh, I feel like really, yeah. Feel the duffels up the sign, I need a million. I'm about to take off, and I know that I'm on they radar. Top